Welcome, everybody, to a brand new Blu-ray and DVD out and about video today. And this week sees the release of the musical drama In the Heights, hitting store shelves. Plus, we also have the complete sixth season of Fear the Walking Dead, and Arrow, ooh, this is a good one, is releasing a 4K edition of the 1984 sci-fi epic Dune. Plus much, much more. So let's go see the deals, exclusives, and we are at our first location, Walmart. So let's go in and see what they got. Ah, yes. Back in at Walmart. Oh, what are we in store for this week? God damn. Actually, truth be told, guys, they do have a decent amount of media that is out here. They really do. I mean, they have none of the new shit, clearly, but they do have some stuff that needs to be put out. Like, for instance, Hitman's Wife's Bodyguard. This is the third week, and it's finally out here. I was hoping maybe they weren't going to beat Spiral's record. Glad they didn't. This is finally out here in the marketplace. And again, I didn't really love the movie. I love the chemistry between the characters, but I liked the first film more. This felt way more Looney Tunes to me. I don't mind that, but it just didn't really go the way I was thinking. Again, it's still a fun movie with fun characters and situations, just I prefer the first one a little bit better, man. I mean, they'd have that. They also have, they finally put out Peter Rabbit. Finally, I mean, they have that, plus the double feature. I mean, they have had this banner out for like a couple weeks now. Finally having Peter Rabbit. And again, decent movie, all things considered, but I don't know, to me, it's still a family-friendly film, one that kids will definitely enjoy, but it felt more like a cash grab than anything else, but kids are definitely going to enjoy it. That's for damn sure. I mean, they do have that. They still have Luca. They have A Quiet Place Part 2. They still have a bunch of Spiral that is probably not going to sell. A shit ton of Mortal Kombat, which is not gonna sell. Ain't no lie on that one. I mean, they do have The Conjuring 3, which was new last week. Finally have it this week. That's sort of this Walmart's motive. They have things a week later, or 2 or 3 weeks, or 5 or 6 weeks. You never quite know with this one, man. But they finally have The Conjuring 3, which, again, not a bad movie as far as the Conjuring films is concerned, but not exactly the most creative nor original. I've seen better, but as far as the Conjuring universe is concerned, pretty damn solid. And then they do have this Conjuring 3 film collection, the DVD collection set. Now, last week we saw the Blu-ray collection set over at Target. This one is slightly different. Different looking cover, slightly different design of the beads. I kind of like this one, actually. Not bad. I'm liking that design. It almost looks like a case file or something. With like the rosary beads to it. That's kind of pretty cool, actually. This is only at Walmart exclusive, so if you're looking for the DVD collection set, they only have it at your local Walmarts. Other than that, that's all they have over on this side. And on an end cap over here with some of the older releases, well, there's quite a bit of emptiness, but there is some newer stuff that we have seen previously that they finally got in, like The Waterman. Very nice, man. You know, this is a really solid coming-of-age adventure movie that I think the family would really enjoy. I'm serious, man. I had a really great time with this movie, man. I really love the chemistry with this boy that goes on this adventure to try to save his mother, and this girl who has issues at home, and how they kind of don't really like each other at first. They're very much at odds, and they soon learn to trust each other and care for each other and go on this adventure that really tests them in many ways. I really enjoyed this movie a lot, man. it's not perfect, but it definitely reminds me of old school nostalgia stuff like Steven Spielberg used to do back in the day, man. Really, really fantastic, man. Not half bad on that. They also have a little rogue hostage as well, which, seriously, Tyrese and John Malkovich. Tyrese isn't even in the same level as Malkovich. Sure, why not? And they do have that. A little Jolie love. The Megan Fox Till Death. Very nice as well. And some of the same stuff that we've seen over and over again. Could be filled up a little bit better, but at least they have some stuff new. And over on a little side area of the new releases, I am finding they do have the 4K of Snatch, actually. I haven't seen this one. They literally must have just put this out this week. They've probably had this in the back for quite a while, guys, but they finally put out the 4K of Snatch. Jeez, took them long enough, didn't they? I mean, great fucking movie, man. I mean, one of Guy Ritchie's best films. Great Brad Pitt role in here. Really great sort of heist action comedy mixture, which I really did enjoy. I mean, they have that, and they had a few things as well, but as far as new release love, yeah, better luck next time, guys. I mean, no Fear the Walking Dead, no In the Heights, and any of the other releases as well. This is Walmart, so we may get them next week. That's sort of their MO as of late. They did put out some newer media, just not the ones for this week. Typical. Obviously. We'll see them next week. In the meantime, not much new here. But hey, at least they finally put some out of the media that, well, they needed to. A little late, but, well, I'll take what I can get. Let's head out. Man, I really should go to Vegas and play the slots or blackjack, you name it. I really should, man, because anytime that I think to myself that we're not going to get any new releases on release week here at Walmart, I'm always accurate. Damn, I really should play the lottery. That's for damn sure, man. Oh boy. I mean, yes, Walmart has surprised me from time to time, and they will get a release on release week. Yeah, it's rarely happened, though, guys. I mean, give Walmart a little bit of props. I mean, they did put out Conjuring 3, Hitman's Wife's Bodyguard, Peter Rabbit 2, and a couple of the indie stuff as well. I mean, hey, we did see that Conjuring 3 film collection set on DVD, so that's new, right? I know, I'm grasping at straws, guys, but it was nice to see something. Not exactly new release love, but, well, when it comes to this Walmart, what do you expect? Seriously, man. I mean, hey, we got to see something, but seriously, they just can't go in the back and grab the shit and put it out? How hard is that really? Hell, I wish I could go in the back and grab it. Hell, I'm a lot more passionate about this stuff than they seem to be, but, well, you'll get the releases a week or two late, but you'll get them here. I mean, look, this Walmart is not exactly the worst Walmart ever, but it ain't the best either. You know what I'm saying? Hey, we got something, and I'll take what I can get with this place. Seriously, man. I hope you will too. However, we really didn't see any new release love, but I guess we'll just have to keep on searching. All right, everybody. We are at our second location, Target. But before I go in, I want to talk to you guys about something. So, this is really cool, actually. And I think it's a nice incentive for fans of the franchise. Now, I've talked to you guys constantly about re-releases over and over and over and over again. A lot of times, as physical media lovers, we just get used to buying things over and over again. Whether it's just upgrades or, hey, there's cool artwork, why not rebuy it? We do a lot of that stuff, guys. But sometimes there's a reason to sweeten the deal just a little bit more. And this time around, it definitely is. So, Shout Factory Scream Factory is releasing Halloween 1 through 5 on 4K. And I've seen a lot of posts online. A lot of people are, like, groaning about it and, like, another re-release of Halloween. And I can't quite say that I blame them. That franchise has been released to death. It really has, man. But what Scream Factory announced recently is actually pretty cool because if you're a fan of the franchise, you know about certain lost footage, like from Halloween 5. Oh, and Scream Factory just happened to find it. Yes, the alternate sequence at the beginning with Dr. Death and that footage that was supposed to be lost forever, they found it and it's going to be on the disc. That's pretty cool, man, all things considered. And it makes rebuying just a little bit better, doesn't it? I mean, as somebody who is a fan of deleted footage and, lost scenes out there, this is really cool and something that's really worthwhile, man. I mean, you look at something like Nightbreed, which I'm a huge fan of that movie, and you thought, well, that stuff is lost forever, and we'll never get any of that. And Scream Factory ended up making it happen, making it work with Clive and a lot of other people involved in that. That was such a great thing to behold and have in your hand, that footage that you thought would never exist. And there's a lot of footage out there that I would love to see. Whether it's the Friday the 13th Part 7, some of that gore footage, which we've seen a little bit of it, but not the full extent. Maybe we never will. And there's a lot of other footage out there. I mean, hell, we've seen stuff over the years that I thought we'd never see, like some of the scenes with Eric Stoltz playing Marty in Back to the Future. I thought I'd never see any of that stuff, and I have. It's kind of cool to see footage that technically nobody ever thought would see the light of day finally get out there to the public. That's cool, man. I mean, I've always wanted to see the footage from Event Horizon, some of the stuff that he shot, some of the really horrific stuff, which never made it into the movie. We may never get that, but seeing footage like this that we thought was lost forever, that would never be found, finally turn up and exist, it just gives you just a little more hope out there that maybe in the future, just maybe, we might see something that we thought was gone and was never going to be able to be seen. You never know, man. I think it's just kind of cool, man, and it just sweetens the deal a little bit more. Look, I've been around the block so many times with physical media over the years, decades even, and I've rebought constantly, man. And sometimes it's the same features, it's the same shit, nothing really changes. And then you ask yourself, why did you really need to upgrade? But sometimes you have the added commentaries, you have the added making ofs, you have something like this, lost footage, which for a fan of the franchise is just really cool and just ups the ante of wanting it even more. Sometimes with these boutique labels or other companies, they have to really go out of their way to give you something more that you've never had just so that you're going to plunk down the money to get it. They don't always succeed, but when they do, it is definitely sweet. And this time, I thought that was just kind of cool, man. I mean, I'm not the hugest fan of the Halloween franchise, but when something like this happens and fans can really get something that they never thought they'd ever see in their lives, that's pretty cool. And that's something to really celebrate, man. So if you were on the fence about it, this might change your mind just a little bit, man. But it's just really cool to see it finally coming out to the fan base that is so rabid that they really deserve that, man. Does that mean that we're going to get all kinds of lost footage? No. But it just gives you a little bit more hope that some of that could be out there if you look hard enough. Could be. I'm kind of curious as to what you think about that. I think it's kind of fun, man. But as far as this week is concerned, well, not a lot of media this week. A little bit. We didn't see it at Walmart, but maybe we might just see it at Target. Let's hope. The only way to find out is to head inside, so let's go in and check it out. All right, we are in at Target, man, and they do have some new physical media. Love, of course they do. Target has been killing it as of late, and thank God they got it this week, man. Let's dive in, shall we? With the first title being In the Heights, the 4K Blu-ray digital for $29.99, the Blu-ray digital for $24.99, and the DVD digital for $19.99. And I'm actually kind of liking this because the Blu-ray and the digital both have the same artwork, but the 4K has slightly different, with like all of them in this big old like dance sequence in the community, which I honestly really love, man. That's pretty cool, man. I mean, I kind of like both covers, but this I'm digging just a little bit more, man. Not bad, actually. Not bad at all. Sweet. Now, I got a chance to check this on Amazon Prime, and I was actually looking forward to it to a certain degree. I mean, I am a musical fan. I like a lot of musicals, and I knew this was a musical drama in some aspects. I did know that. I'm more of an old school musical fan more than anything else. I mean, the newer stuff doesn't really do much for me the way I was hoping it would. The old school stuff really gets me going more than the newer stuff, I would generally say. And I had heard good things about this from the people who actually did watch it. The problem is, though, guys, is that this movie, even though it was supposed to get a high profile release, yes, it got pushed back by coronavirus, but it also, not many people really watch this movie, and it's kind of shocking to me for something that's done by Lin-Manuel Miranda and, you know, the guy who did Hamilton and the big profile thing. You would figure this would get a big high profile release, but not many people found out about it or knew about it or really gave it a chance, and it really drowned at the box office. But the people who saw it really tended to like it, so I'm like, okay, I'll give it a chance. Why not? Basically, it's about this community and the lives of these people in the community and their struggles and their triumphs and their life and their love, and trying to respect the heritage, but trying to be more than what their life has chosen them to be. And there's a lot of really great complications and a lot of drama that comes from that, and all the musical sequences that come from that as well. And this movie has a ton of it, guys. Honestly, I was prepared to, I wouldn't say not like the movie, because I always give a musical a chance one way or another. But at the end of the day, though, I got to admit, I was just not sure how this was going to be in general. But I got to admit, I was really pleasantly surprised by this movie. Swear to God, man, I truly was. I thought it was pretty damn good, all things considered, honestly. And I was really blown away by this film, man. I mean, first of all, the acting is amazing. Everybody in this film, the old school actors, the newer faces, the fresh faces out there that you haven't seen yet, all of them do an amazing job. They kill it in this film. The chemistry is fantastic. I love seeing Jimmy Smits here as well. He's awesome. I love this. It was really well done. Those actors really brought it. They were serious about what they were doing. They took everything serious with this, and they really paid off, man. It felt like they really did their homework on the culture and on the community aspect of this, and also took seriously the singing and the dancing, because this dancing is phenomenal. There's some great choreographed sequences here that really were phenomenal, man. They really did a great job putting this all together, and the actual songs themselves are infectious. They are really wonderful, very catchy. You get to actually like feel like you're really being there with them and singing along to the tunes and stuff that will definitely get stuck in your head. I thought it was phenomenal. I thought it was really, really well done, man. The songs, the acting, the choreography, everything worked for this movie. It was pretty damn solid. I gotta admit, musicals nowadays, they're not what they used to be way back in the day. And that's just a fair statement to say. It honestly is. Not to say that you can't make good musicals, you definitely can, but very few and far between, at least in my honest opinion. But In the Heights really surprised me, man. It ended up being a glorious, fun experience. The only thing I'll say is that the movie is like 2.5 hours long. It's a pretty lengthy movie, and at times not gonna lie, it kind of feels a little bit lengthy. It feels long and sometimes just a little bit dragged out, where it could have been cut short here and there. It could have been trimmed a little bit, but outside of that, man, it was a really fun celebratory experience, and it really showed the promise of a heritage and a community and the dreams that these people have, whether they're fulfilled or not. It's just an amazing movie with an amazing message, an amazing cast, and amazing songs that will get inside your head and never leave. Very catchy and infectious, and also just the dance sequences that are really phenomenal. This movie is a great triumph for musicals. It truly is, man. It reminded me a lot of the old school West Side Story. It really did. It felt like it took a lot from that, but almost improved upon it for a modern day sensibility. It really did, and I think it did phenomenal, man. I know the movie didn't get a lot of love at the box office. A lot of people missed out on it, myself included, but if you get a chance to now, even if you're not a fan of musicals, this movie is just fun, and it's one of those really great movies that at the end of the film, you're really going to be happy that you spent time with these people and you got to experience this great, fun adventure of a movie. It's really that damn good. Oh, Mortal Kombat Legends Battle of the Realm. The 4K Blu-ray digital for $26.99. The Blu-ray digital for $22.99. Yes, more Mortal Kombat adventures. Gimme, 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 baby. Absolutely. The battle to end all battles. Ah, yes. I got a chance to watch this on Amazon Prime, and I am an old school Mortal Kombat fan, okay? And I'm not gonna lie, I have been disappointed by a lot of Mortal Kombat iterations over the years. I really have, man. Things that I thought were really gonna pique my interest and really be what I remember as old school Mortal Kombat have turned into anything but. I mean, really, it was not good at all, man. And so I went into this with a lot of hesitancy. I'm like, okay, Scorpion's Revenge was good, but how can this be? Especially after, the love I had for the Mortal Kombat live action one that came recently. Right. I didn't know, man. Now, basically, what this is about is it's about the battle for the Earth realm, right? The one final battle to determine whether the Earth realm lives or dies, and basically it's just the Mortal Kombat tournament basically deciding that. Sort of the old school way of doing things, Mortal Kombat style, battling for the fate of the realm. Absolutely, man. And I gotta admit, this movie was fantastic. I'm serious, man. I mean, everything that I wanted out of a Mortal Kombat movie was right here. It was the cool powers. It was the great gory and bloody kills. The cool creature designs. The design of the almost like alien-like Earth realm. And the battle of the tournament itself. And everything that you want out of a Mortal Kombat experience, you got here, man. It feels like it was ripped right from the pages of the video game itself, man. I mean, it really, really did. I was really pleasantly surprised by this movie, man. Now, is it the best as far as Mortal Kombat is concerned? No, I do think Scorpion's Revenge was probably a little bit better. I think the animation was a little bit better. Here, the animation was lacking just a little bit, especially compared to Scorpion's Revenge. I still prefer the old school video games, but I gotta admit, as far as like movie adaptations is concerned, and there hasn't been a lot of great ones at that, Mortal Kombat Legends Battle of the Realms, man, honestly, it really delivered, and it delivered in a big, bad, and badass way, man. If you are a fan of Mortal Kombat, this is an edition that you definitely gotta check out. Now, I gotta admit, I did not know they were making another Spirit animated movie. That one kind of caught me off guard just a little bit, guys. Spirit Untamed the movie, the Blu-ray for $24.99 and the DVD for $19.99. That's kind of interesting. Another Spirit animated movie, huh? Okay. I mean, I remember the first Spirit movie. They actually have a two-movie collection over here of Spirit, Stallion of the Cimmerian, and the new Spirit film as well for $24.99 on DVD. And the first Spirit movie was good. I enjoyed it. I mean, it's not exactly anything to write home about. Kind of looks like the animation's a little bit better on the first one, too. I mean, it's not to say that you can't make a straight to DVD or Blu-ray animated sequel. There's been many in the past that have done that, but I don't know, like Spirit? Like I said, the first one's good. I enjoy it. It is a decent animated film. Again, nothing really memorable, at least in my opinion. It was a good little DreamWorks movie, but a sequel to it? Never really thought they'd actually do that. Huh. Family, friendship, moves to an estranged father. Heartless Wrangler plans to capture Spirit. Is giving her an unspeakable connection to her mother's legacy. Okay, I mean, it looks good. I mean, anybody who liked the original Spirit movie would probably dig this. I mean, it's not for me, but we have seen a time or two of, you know, a girl and her horse, so why not in animated form? Makes a lot of sense to me. Again, didn't seem like the obvious choice to make a Spirit sequel, but hey, more stuff for kids out there, especially, you know, a lovable animated horse. Sure, why not? Wow, Blue Bloods, the 11th season for $29.99. My God, man, another procedural drama that's gone for a long ass time, man. When it comes to like procedural cop or medical dramas, like CBS is like the Viagra of the cable network shows. I'm serious, they have so many of them, man. These literally coming out of their ass cheeks. Holy cow, man. Blue Bloods, the 11th season. Oh my God, man. Yeah, I remember when Blue Bloods was starting up. Man, that's a blast from the goddamn past. Holy cow, man. Damn. Oh, Bridget Moynihan is in here. I forgot she was in here. And Tom Selleck. The pressures of being a Regan. Because, you know, when you're in the Regan family, you got to live up to Tom Selleck, baby. And that is a tough act to follow. Ain't no lie, man. Oh, my God. Oh, Lord, that's great, man. Look at this. You know, I've said not too long ago in a video that Burt Reynolds has one of the best stashes. And then you have Sam Elliott. And I think third on that list has to be Tom Selleck, man. Tom Selleck's stash is iconic. Right under Sam Elliott and Burt Reynolds. Not quite up to their level, but pretty damn close, man. Oh, dude, I love Tom Selleck, man. From back in the day, oh, I loved him, man. 3 Men and a Baby. Oh, man, that shit was great. Runaway. Oh, Runaway, so good. He's good. Very underrated, man. Very underrated of an actor. But I've always really liked him in whatever he's done, man. I mean, this is like a long-running cop procedural drama. I mean, if you got a good, cushy gig like this, why not keep it, man? I mean, it makes a lot of sense to me. I mean, seriously. It's not really my thing, to be honest with you. It really isn't. I mean, like I said, I like some TV, but I'm not really the procedural guy. That's not to say that I couldn't get into it, but, you know, there's a case to solve, bad guys to catch. You do that at the end of the episode, everybody's happy, and you move on to the next thing. That's what these shows do, and they do it great, to be honest with you. Just not entirely my thing. Yeah, there's some storylines that sort of extend past their expiration date, but people are intrigued by this shit. That's why this stuff lasts as long as it does, man. I mean, shows like Blue Bloods last a long time. NCIS, I mean, this stuff lasts a hell of a long time, man. It really does, and I can see why. Because it's like candy or like popcorn. It's just it's like easily digestible, easily eaten. You don't have to think too much, and everything solves at the end of the day. It's pretty simple and easy, man. So why not stick with it? Kind of makes sense to me. And CBS honestly is one of the best that do it, and they do it pretty damn well. And when you have Tom Selleck with his crazy, amazing mustache, I mean, how can you really resist? Seriously. One last thing to check out, and that is the Blu-ray of 12 Mighty Orphans for $19.99. A little inspirational football tale, perhaps? Luke Wilson, Martin Sheen, Robert Duvall. I'm liking that, man. Based on the true story of the team that inspired a nation. I don't know if I know about this story. I like the cover, though. Cover's pretty nice. 12 Mighty Orphans is the inspiring true story of the Mighty Mites, a football team of Fort Worth orphanage led during the Great Depression by innovative coach Rusty Russell to the state championship. No, I never heard about this one. Well, that looks kind of cool. The Great Depression. Huh. That could be really good, actually. Man, there has been a lot of football movies in the past. There really has, man. There's been a lot of great inspirational football movies of the past. I mean, We Are Marshall, Rudy, Invincible. Oh my God. Radio, if you remember Radio with Cuba Gooding Jr., that one's a really good. Remember the Titans as well. That's a fantastic one. I mean, there's a lot of other different football movies as well. I mean, I love a movie like The Replacements or Unnecessary Roughness. That's a movie that's really cool, of a great football movie that doesn't nearly get a lot of love. Then you get a lot of the wacky craziness like The Longest Yard, which is a really amazing. You also get another really great one, The Water Boy. You're wrong, Colonel Sanders. Okay, they all can't be like the Water Boy, goddammit, but this does look kind of interesting, man. I love Luke Wilson. Well, old school Luke Wilson. Newer Luke Wilson stuff he's done, not so much, but I've always liked Robert Duvall. Amazing actor. Martin Sheen, amazing. So if they're in here, this has got to be good, man. This has got to be fantastic, dude. I mean, there's some really great football movies out there, man. Could this be one of those great little sleeper hits? It's possible. I might have to look more into this. I might have to give this one a chance. If it's good, you gotta let me know, man. 19.99 might be worth picking up in the future for a slightly lesser price. But I'm liking the sort of depression tale with sort of an amazing inspirational football team that sort of gives the nation a lot of hope and confidence. That's a pretty cool little great American story worth being told, man. Football movies are very popular, rightfully so, because there's been so many great ones out there. There's always room for more. Can 12 Mighty Orphans provide? I'd like to think it could. Might be worth giving a chance to. Just might. I'll have to look into that one, guys. Definitely let me know. In the meantime, not bad for Target. Not bad at all, man. The new release level was definitely on display, and thank God for that. All right, let's head out. Thank God for Target, man. I am serious. And like a year ago, I would have never even said an insane thing like that. But it is the truth, man. Because, I mean, something tells me it's going to be a little light on physical media this week. I don't know. Hope I'm proven wrong, man. But damn, dude. I mean, Target did have a lot of really great stuff. But we haven't even seen season 6 of Fear the Walking Dead. I mean, they had everything but, essentially. I mean, they had a lot of the new release love. They had a little bit of indie love. They had Tom Selleck mustache TV love, which you've definitely got to appreciate as well, man. Oh, dude, I have been loving the Target stuff as of late. They have really come through in a big, bad way, and I'm so beyond thankful for it. I really am, man, because sometimes a physical media week would be crushed if it wasn't for Target. And man, That's insane to even think I would say that stuff. Because, again, as I said a year ago, that statement would have been ridiculously insane. But here we are, and that's why we do the out and about. That's for damn sure, guys. Well, thank God we saw some good new release love here at Target. Definitely needed. And this movie lover is damn glad for it. I hope you guys are too. Let's head to the next location. Hopefully, more new release love. Hold up for a second, guys. Hold up right there, man. Because, yeah, we've been searching for physical media, that's for sure. But sometimes physical media is right where I want it to be. And this stop along the way has become some of the best that I can ever possibly imagine. Oh yes, we are back at none other than the post office, baby. Of course, where else would we be, guys? Seriously, I am going to go in here to check if I have any mail from you guys. And in fact, I heard through the grapevine that I just might have a package waiting for me. So what am I waiting for? I want to go in and check out what you guys sent me. So, did I end up getting that box of physical media that one of my subscribers told me I was getting? They said, hey, it is here. Were they right? Yeah, they definitely were, guys. And look at this. Not a bad sized package here. Look at this. Nice. Ooh, Kino Lorber love. More Kino Lorber love. Seem to be getting a lot of Kino love as of late. Hey, I don't mind, especially when it comes from you guys. It is some of the best physical media that I can ever possibly get. I wonder what's in the package. Let's find out. Oh, yes. Oh, look at this. Yes, back from the post office. I'm like a kid at Hanukkah. I seriously am, man. Oh, I love checking out stuff from you guys. I wonder what is in here. Now, I do know who sent this, and that is Tommy. Tommy sent this to me. He sent me an email, said, hey, I am sending you something. I believe the package is there. Tommy has sent some really amazing stuff. So I don't know what's in this box. I have no idea. Literally, none of this stuff, I know what's in here. So your guess happens to be as good as mine. So let's see what is in here, shall we? What do we got here? Wow, look at, jeez, what is in here? There's a whole, there's a huge amount of stuff here. Now, where do we start? Well, start at the beginning. Oh my God, another one. I have no idea what this is. I've never heard of it, and that is Scavenger Hunt. Well, that's interesting. Like Cloris Leachman, Tony Randall, Vincent Price, Roddy McDowell, Arnold Schwarzenegger. What the? Seriously? The hell is this? It's a mad mob of maniacs in a wild and hilarious winner-takes-all scavenger hunt. Whoever finds the items first wins his entire estate. Yo. Oh my God, what the hell? So it's almost like, kind of like what you would consider like Rat Race or Cannonball Run or the Gumball Rally. I mean, something like that, where it's just a wacky and insane adventure of finding these items and winning the prize. This is wild, man. 1979. And it's got friggin' Arnold Schwarzenegger in it. I have never heard of this thing, man. This looks kind of fascinating to me. I really have to watch this just for Schwarzenegger alone. I'm not gonna lie, man. Holy shit, look at that. That's kind of crazy. Wow, Scavenger Hunt, okay. The first one was wild. Let's see about the second one. This is another one I haven't heard of. Man, but I do love the actor. When a cop cares too much, how far is too far in Cop from James Woods? What in the hell? 1988. Whoa. Yo, Charles Durning is in here as well. Leslie Ann Warren. Oh, shit. A killer on the loose, a cop on the edge. James Woods stars as a brilliant maverick police detective in this exciting, violent thriller with a hint of film noir. Really? No clue, man. No clue. I love James Woods, man. I am a big James Woods fan from back in the day, whether it's like The Hard Way or John Carpenter's Vampires. He's amazing, dude. I love it. And he plays really great, man. When he's like intense, he is so good. Like in Videodrome, amazing, man. Whoa, I've never heard of this one. This is another very interesting find here. Very interesting indeed. Wow, okay. 2 ones that I'm kind of shocked by. I'm not gonna lie, guys. What is the next one? Oh my god. This one I do know of, and I used to love this movie back in the day. My mother and father used to have the VHS tape of this. Oh my god, it's been so long since I've watched this movie. And that is none other than Life with Mikey. Oh my god. Whoa, Life with Mikey. Cyndi Lauper, Nathan Lane is in here too. Oh my god, yeah, because in this movie, Michael J. Fox plays a former child star that is now running this child agency, this child star agency, and they're kind of almost on the verge of bankruptcy and losing their business, and this girl comes in and really becomes a star, and it's really good. It's kind of a heartwarming movie. I've always enjoyed it, man. I mean, it's not one that people really automatically think of when they think of Michael J. Fox, but it's really good though, man. Wow, that is a blast from the past. Man, that's a really good one too. Holy cow. 1993. Oh man, that takes me back. Damn. Okay, that was pretty cool. What's next? Oh, this is another one that I remember. God, I haven't watched this one in years either. Patrick Swayze love. And that is Fatherhood. Oh, man. Fatherhood. Dude, yeah, this was one of those sort of quirky action comedies that Patrick Swayze was doing at the time. Wasn't really successful from what I remember, but I did like it for what it was, man. Halle Berry. I forgot Halle Berry was in this. Diane Ladd, too. Wow, 1993, another 93 one. Yeah, as their dad, he's to do the biggest heist. He's on the run with the kids. Yeah, oh my god. Whoa, she's flash from the past on that one. Never thought I'd actually see this again or even own it. Wow. Okay, that's crazy. That's pretty cool, man. What else are we diving into? Oh, oh my god. Oh, this one. Jeez. Very interesting sequel. And that is another Stakeout. Richard Dreyfuss, Rosie O'Donnell, Emilio motherfucking Estevez. Holy shit, look at this, man. God, I really do like Stakeout. I think it's a really fun movie. The first one is really good, man. Another Stakeout, not as good as the first film. I'm going to be fair here. It's not as good as the first film, but it's still really fun, man. I love the back and forth that Richard Dreyfuss has with Rosie O'Donnell and the quirky comedy between all of them and how they're trying to like stake out this witness of this crime and how like they're getting caught up in all the hijinks of it. It's fun. 93, another 93 one, man. Not exactly the most clever of an action comedy movie, but it's a fun, entertaining movie though. Wow, man, damn. Okay, that's interesting. Then we've also got, oh, this one I've never heard of. Wow. Now that I see this, I'm kind of really interested in it. I'm not gonna lie. Wow, this is crazy. William Catt, Sean Young, Patrick McGoohan in Baby, Secret of the Lost Legend? What? Wait a minute. What is this? I love the cover to it, though. The cover is so cool, man. Time is running out to save the greatest discovery in 200 million years. Exposition into the forbidden African jungle, Mount Sinai on the trail of an amazing discovery. Rare fossils, living, breathing legend, brontosauruses, a hatchling dinosaur. Wow. Yo, I have never heard of this thing. 1985. Wow. That's kind of cool. Almost like, kind of like Jurassic Park, before Jurassic Park was ever a thing. This is kind of intriguing me. I'm not going to lie, man. I don't know what to make of this, but I love William Cadd. Sean Young, I've always dug Sean Young. This is one of those oddities that I've never heard of, man. I have not. Huh. This is definitely intriguing me. If you guys know much about this, you gotta let me know, man. I've never heard of this thing. This must be one of those forgotten gems, man. This is fascinating. Dude, if you've ever heard of this, let me know. And then we also have... Oh, wow. Yo. Oh my God, this is cool. We've got The Hotspot. Oh, man. Don Johnson. Don motherfucking Johnson. Yes. Oh my God. Virginia Madsen, Jennifer Connelly. Oh, man. Yeah, this was like a detective film noir type of one, wasn't it? Yeah, neo-noir, very sexy, erotic. Wow, Jack Nance, Barry Corbin's in here as well. Dude, 1990. I remember this. It's been a long time since I have, but I remember this was one of those sort of sexy, erotic thrillers that, you know, when you were a kid, you weren't supposed to watch. But it's so cool. Look at that. And with the slip, too. Yo, that is cool, man. Damn, I haven't seen that one in forever. And last, but certainly not least, oh, man, what do we got here? Oh, come on, man, come on. This might just be the best of the entire bunch. And that is none other than Career Opportunities. Oh, my God. He took the job that no one wanted and got the girl that everyone did. Oh, man. Frank Whaley, Jennifer Connelly, Dermot Mulroney. Oh, man. And I believe written by John Hughes, if I'm not. Yeah, it was written by him. 1991, man. This movie is infamous for so many things, including making me see Jennifer Connelly in a whole different light. Oh, my God. Do you remember that scene? Do I even have to tell you what that scene was? Yeah, you remember the scene where she's riding on the mechanical horse? So good. Oh, my God, it's so good. I love the chemistry between Frank Whaley and Jennifer Connelly. I think it's really fun. I think it's a little fun movie. I really do. I haven't seen this thing in ages, but man... Oh, I can't wait to dive back into this. I knew Kino released it, man, but oh, this is so awesome, dude. Oh, it's so impossibly awesome. That is cool. 1991. Man, I gotta tell you, I miss the 90s, man. I miss the 90s like a motherfucker. Man, I do, dude. Oh, movies like this were the shit. Oh, I love this, man. This is great. My God, man. That's all. That's it. Good God, man. Look at this. This is crazy. This is a crazy amount of stuff, man. This is amazing. This is wild. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 8 titles from Tommy. Man, thank you so much. I really appreciate that, Tommy. This is amazing, man. This is absolutely mind-blowing. Old nostalgia movies that I haven't seen in forever. Movies that I have no idea of, but I'm really intrigued by. This was an amazing stack of stuff to get, man. You come up with some crazy stuff to get me, man, but I really do appreciate it. Thank you beyond words, Tommy. Thank you so much. This is amazing. It's astounding. That is cool, man. Oh, that is killer. Thank you. I love coming to the post office. Seeing what you guys bring to the P.O. Box is amazing, and you never disappoint. Any of you who send anything to me never disappoint. If you want to send something to the channel, you can. Basically, the P.O. box is in the description below, and it doesn't matter what it is. Care packages, posters, any movie-related things, physical media, it doesn't matter. You guys have asked me constantly, you said, hey man, we'd love to send you stuff. Where can we send it? And I did this P.O. box for you guys, and you haven't disappointed. That is amazing. And anything that you sent me is absolutely mind-blowing to me. I never thought for a million years you guys would send anything my way, and you really have blown me away with everything you sent. So thank you beyond words. This is amazing this time around, and I can't wait to see what you guys get me in the future. This is impossibly cool. Everything you guys have given me is impossibly cool, and I can't wait to see where it goes next. So if you want to, it is in the description below. But this was just a little stop along the way. We definitely have more physical media to check out. All right, everybody, we are at our third location, the second Walmart. I'm going to go in and check out if there's any interesting indie titles worth showing off. If there is, well, I'll bring it back to Film Fan 108 HQ and show it off to each and every one of you. But before I do that, I got to talk about a trailer with you guys. Now, last week I talked about a Marvel movie, but where there's one Marvel trailer, there's usually another. And this one sent the internet in a smoking hot frenzy, and that is none other than Spider-Man No Way Home. Oh, yes, baby. Highly anticipated, dare I say, man. Boy, the internet was talking about this one, and rightfully so, man. So I just want to say that I really appreciate Tom Holland playing Spider-Man. I think he's done a really great job playing this character for the MCU, and I think the MCU overall has really done Spider-Man well, in my opinion. And at the end of that last film, Spider-Man Far From Home, spoiler alert, Mysterio actually calls him out. There's a video where basically he says, Peter Parker is Spider-Man, this man killed me, and, you know, he is guilty, and it was like a big shocker. Everyone's like, oh my God, where does Spider-Man go from here? And if you think about it, obviously he has no Tony Stark. He doesn't have that support system anymore, so a lot of times he's going it alone. He really is. And so where would this next adventure take him? I was curious, a lot of people were, and I had heard so many rumors over so many months. Now, technically, this was not maybe supposed to be released right now. I have a feeling Marvel sort of was trying to hold back a little bit, and then somebody at some corporate office at Disney decided, you know, to leak the trailer, leak the footage out, and they had no other option but to release the thing. Let's put it this way, man. Somebody got their ass handed to them in a big bad way, man. Somebody got spanked like you wouldn't believe, man. Holy shit. Ooh, so somebody got their ass fired. Put it that way, man. Ah, damn. You just don't mess with the mouse, man. You don't do it. Man, somebody is on unemployment right now in a big bad way. So, doesn't matter. We got the trailer, and that's what matters, man. It does. So, I gotta admit, just from the trailer, I am so in love with where this is going. I never thought this would go where it went, but now that it is, it just seems so right to me. The fact that Peter goes to Doctor Strange and says, hey, look, I'm in trouble here. Can it be like no one knows who I am? No one knows that I'm Spider-Man? And he says, sure. He makes this spell. Seems simple, right? Until Peter sort of messes it up. And all hell sort of breaks loose from there, man. I gotta tell ya, this trailer is all kinds of fun. It's all kinds of thrilling. And my mind is just blown. You know, what's really interesting about where they're taking the next Marvel phase is really in this big alternate universe, multiverse level events. And seeing some of the stuff that they're doing here is just awesome to me. I love the fact that Doctor Strange is the one that helps Peter out. I love the whole comedy of a teenager like Peter and this master of the mystic arts that Doctor Strange is, and this weird friendship that they have. Like, that's comedy gold, man, and that is going to be awesome here. I love Benedict Cumberbatch as Doctor Strange, so anytime he can come back, man, I'm a huge fan. So that's going to be cool. And I just love the whole Inception imagery that goes along with Doctor Strange being in the story. I love the action sequences that look really cool here. I love the story of the complications that he's going to have with obviously his girlfriend and Aunt May, and protecting them all the while trying to deal with the fact that his identity is out there in the public. It's really amazing to me how much stuff that really has the balance with this Spider-Man. But I think that's really the cool thing about it, though, because, you know, with great power comes great responsibility. And the more that, you know, you are out there trying to defend things and put your life on the line, the more that your loved ones are at risk. And I really love that. And I feel like they're just up in the ante constantly with that. But you want to know what I love more than anything else? And you guys know that. And that is the opportunities that you get with the multiverse. I mean, seriously, the possibilities are just endless, man. And here it's just there. I mean, when the pumpkin bomb comes out, I almost lost my shit, guys. I'm not kidding. I'm like, oh, is that who I think it is? And I'm like, oh Lord, I was ready to bust a nut. I'm telling you, man, I was ready to do it. But then I had to bust a nut a little bit later in the trailer when Doc Ock shows up. And I'm not talking about a new Doc Ock just for the MCU. No, I'm talking about like the old school Doc Ock, Alfred Molina Doc Ock, Spider-Man 2 Doc Ock, man. Oh my God, when that dude showed up in the trailer and he's like, "Hi, Peter," and I'm like, oh, I'm like, oh my God, he's back. I love it. And just the possibilities of it, because people were taking images from the trailer, and this looks like it could possibly be Sandman and maybe Electro, and maybe Willem Dafoe Green Goblin is back, maybe. I mean, there were so many possibilities that is going on in this thing, man, and I am just jonesing. Could we even get Tobey Maguire back? Could we get the original iconic live-action Spider-Man himself? Could we get Tobey? There has been rumors circulating all around about possibly Andrew Garfield and Tobey Maguire coming back, doing a multiverse thing with Tom Holland. Oh man, if that's the case, man, I'm gonna wet myself in the movie theater. There is no doubt about it, man. Because look, I did kind of like Andrew Garfield, all things considered. He wasn't great, he was okay. I'm loving Tom Holland, but come on, Tobey Maguire, man. Any of you guys who are old school enough, man, he was like our first live action Spider-Man, dude. And him alone, man, is all kinds of awesome. If he's here, man, that would be awesome. I mean, the multiverse gives us so many possibilities that I never thought they would ever do or revisit. And now I'm just like, I just want more of it. It's so awesome, man. It really is. And I don't know where this is all heading. I don't know where it's all going, but I trust in Kevin Feige. I trust in my Lord and Savior, Mr. Feige. I really do, man, because he hasn't really let me down yet. And so if he's willing to take a gamble on this, I'm going to trust him. I'm going to trust him in a big bad way, man. And this looks so cool and so epic and so amazing. They say that this could be the last movie that Tom Holland is in the MCU. It could be the very last one. I'm hoping that's not the case, man. But if this is how that character goes out, if this is the last time that we get to see, you know, a Spider-Man in the MCU, then I think they're going out in a blaze of glory, man. I really do. This looks absolutely amazing. And you can tell that they definitely want to take in maybe a possible Sinister Six. And man, there's so many possibilities here that is just opening up the doors to so many opportunities that I just can't wait to see where this goes. I really can't. This looks so amazing. I'm anticipating this movie. Like, this has become one of my most anticipated movies of the year. And I never thought that it would. I was hyped for a new Spider-Man movie, but the possibilities have just opened up my mind, and I just can't wait to sit in a movie theater and experience it all, man. I really want to know where you guys are coming here. Where is your opinion on this? Are you hyped as I am? Let me know about that, guys, because, man, this has got me hyped in a big, bad way, man. I mean, I think this is, like, probably the first post-Avengers Endgame Marvel movie that I am so jonesing for. Like, I'm anticipating the other ones, but this is one where I'm really, like, my eyes are, like, on the prize, man. I want to see where this goes. We'll see if it delivers. Time will tell. In the meantime, well, we definitely have a little bit of physical media to check out. Will the second Walmart give us some goodies? Well, let's go in and find out. And back in at the second Walmart, and I'm gonna be honest with you guys, I don't know what it is about this week, but trying to find physical media, man, that's easier said than done. I'm serious, man. Like, what is going on? I'm here, and there is nothing to show off. There is no indie love whatsoever, and I'm being truthful, man. It's all the same stuff that we've seen over and over again. Nothing new this week, and how they don't even have the new release love this week either. Boy, man, when physical media rains, it pours, but when there's a dry spell, fuck, it's a goddamn drought. Holy shit. Yeah, so this week, well, physical media is a little lighter than normal, so, well, just no heading back to Film Fan 108 HQ, at least not this week. A rarity for the second Walmart, but it does happen. Better luck next time. All right, everybody, we're at our fourth and final location, and let's see here, Walmart, Target, where else am I thinking? Circuit City? I wish Circuit City was still around, but no, it is required to have a little beast love in your out and abouts. It is, by law. So you know where we are, guys, and that is none other than Best Buy, the Beast. Best Buy, baby. And boy, has it been a very interesting physical media week. That is for sure. Ups and downs, but where will Best Buy take us? Hopefully new releases, hopefully maybe an exclusive, maybe a few gems we have not seen yet. You never quite know with the Beast. They've had their ups and their downs. But how about we go in and check out what they got? All right, in at Best Buy under the new releases, and not much new release love over here, actually. I mean, they have a lot of the older stuff. Soul, Raya, Space Jam, Nobody, WW84. They do have Mortal Kombat, though, and you know how much I loved Mortal Kombat. Not really. I only wish a fatality happened to this movie. Oh no. I know some of you liked it, but it's not really the best as far as Mortal Kombat is concerned. But where one movie fails, another will succeed. Indeed, with Mortal Kombat Legends Battle of the Realms for $22.99 and the 4K for $28.99. Now this is my type of Mortal Kombat, man. Really, I loved the hell out of this movie. I thought it was fucking phenomenal, man. And as I said, I am an old school Mortal Kombat fan. How old school am I? Hell, I used to play the original Mortal Kombat in the arcade. How many of you motherfuckers can say that shit? Seriously, man. Oh yeah, I'm definitely old school, man. And you know, I gave up gaming about 15 or more years ago, maybe like 20 years ago, something like that. I gave up gaming a long time ago, man, and I'm kind of jealous a little bit of those who are still playing Mortal Kombat, because, you know, the graphics have gotten better and the kills have gotten more brutal, and you know, the battles are more awesome. And you know, sometimes, I'm not gonna lie, you have such a rough day at work or in general that you just want to go home and rip somebody's fucking spine out. I'm serious, man. And Mortal Kombat is so great for that. It really is, man. Takes out like your stress level in the best ways possible. Oh man, dude. But as far as the movies are concerned, I don't know if the movies have gotten better or not. I mean, I remember that 1995 movie like it was yesterday, the Paul W.S. Anderson one, and that is still, to me, the best live-action Mortal Kombat. It is still fantastic. It is still amazing. And I just love the design of the characters and the world and the tournaments. It was perfect. As far as an old-school fan of Mortal Kombat, I was extremely satisfied. Then you have Annihilation, which is complete and utter bullshit. Yeah, Annihilation is terrible. I mean, you also have Mortal Kombat Legacy, which that short-lived TV show is not terrible. It's not as good as the original Mortal Kombat, not as bad as Annihilation, somewhere in between, but it was short-lived. It had some good moments to it. I mean, if you want to see Casper Van Dien in a Mortal Kombat series, you know, how often do you get to ever see that? It's probably worth a little bit of a watch for all you hardcore Mortal Kombat lovers. But then we hadn't experienced something in a long while until more of a resurgence happened. You had Scorpion's Revenge. You remember that Mortal Kombat animated movie? That was fucking amazing. That was great, dude. Oh my god, Scorpion's Revenge is awesome. It really is one of the best Mortal Kombat ones. It truly is. And then we were all hyped, right? Because we got the live action one. And for me, this movie never felt like Mortal Kombat to me. It just didn't. Whether it was the lack of the tournament, or I didn't think the kills were as brutal, I didn't think there was as many battles, I just didn't think it really impressed me as an old school fan of the video games and of that original movie. But this really delivers in a big bad way, man. I think the kills are awesome here. You get the blood and gore. You get the great characters and, you know, the great use of the powers. Everything here really shines. Where this movie really failed in a lot of ways, this movie really succeeded. And yes, I know animation, you can go further and do stuff that you can't really do in live action. That's a fair point. But I still think this one really feels to me like what Mortal Kombat should be. But there's certain things that a Mortal Kombat movie should do, certain criteria. You need to have the bloody, gory kills. You need to have the tournament. You need to have, you know, the cool superpowers. You need to have all of that combined, and the cool action sequences and the battles. And some movies have been able to prove that really well in previous Mortal Kombat iterations, and others haven't. I'm kind of curious, do you think that Mortal Kombat should just live in the animated realm? Do you think that it's harder to do a Mortal Kombat movie live action than it is in animated form? Because I feel the animated stuff is amazing, where the live action stuff outside of that first movie hasn't really impressed me. I'm kind of curious, should it always just stick to animation, or should they continue to give Mortal Kombat a chance at live action? I've heard they're going to make a sequel to this. I heard they did. It made a decent amount of money, so I don't blame them. But again, you got to step up your game in a big bad way. If you do, it'll pay off in your favor. If not, the Earth realm is fucked. Indeed it is, man. There you go. It is good, man. It is very, very good. But how many Mortal Kombat films can you really say that for? Not many, just saying. But that's all I'm really seeing as far as new release love. I mean, no other new releases at all? Seriously? Yeah, not seeing a single thing over on the other side of the new releases. Not at all, man. I mean, just the same old stuff. More Conjuring love. I mean, they do have Peter Rabbit 2 finally. A week late, but they finally have the damn thing. Without the slip, though. They do have that. And, wow, they did sell actually a decent amount of Labyrinth. Huh. Only one copy left. See, it actually pays to put stuff in the front of the store, because when you do, it sells. How crazy is that, guys? Seriously, the shit usually sells. It's nutty, but it really is true. But I'm just kind of wondering where the other new release physical media love is. God, do they really not have anything left? Really? I mean, seriously. Is this the only thing they have? Is Mortal Kombat? I'm kind of worried now, guys. I'm not gonna lie. Well, guess it's time to go exploring. Well, look what we have over here. More new release love. I'm not gonna lie, guys. I was actually worried for a hot second there. I really was. I was like, wait a minute. All they have is Mortal Kombat? That's it? Thankfully not, but why is it over here in the corner in the back area? Shouldn't it be up front with the other new releases? Wouldn't that make more sense? Whatever, guys. You want to know what? I could literally get a headache trying to figure out why people do what they do with the physical media. Man, I could get one hell of a fucking migraine, dude. I try not to figure that shit out, man, because it is literally frustrating as a hell, man. Who knows why they do what they do? I'm just thankful they have more than just the one new release. I was like, wait a minute. Seriously? Thankfully not. And you gotta be thankful for something, especially when it comes to in-store physical media. I'll take what I can get, guys. Let's dive in with the Blu-ray DVD digital of Spirit Untamed the movie for $24.99. You know, when I look at this animated sequel, I tend to think to myself of all of the animated sequels out there over the years, and there has been many that have been forgotten by time. Were they unnecessary? Were they unneeded? Maybe. But most people have sort of forgotten that they've really existed. I mean, most people remember Return of Jafar, the Aladdin sequel. Most people remember that, but I think there was like a third Aladdin animated sequel that nobody remembers whatsoever. That's completely lost to time. There was like a couple of Lion King sequels that nobody really remembers all that well. I mean, there was a Jungle Book 2 sequel. There was a Mulan sequel. Hell, did you realize there was an animated Cinderella sequel that came out many years ago? Yeah. Nobody remembers that. Nobody even really talks about it, man. I'm serious. There is so many, whether it's like Lilo and Stitch and you name it, man. You can go down the line of how many sequels there have been, especially from a company like Disney that just came out on home video and were just sort of forgotten. They came out, they made what money they could, and nobody has heard from them ever again. It's kind of strange, but it happens way more than you think. And that's not to say that there isn't a lot of great sequels out there that have been remembered. I think something like Frozen 2 not too long ago, I think is a really great one people are going to remember. You look at the Toy Story sequels like 2 and 3, which are absolutely fantastic. I mean, there is some really good ones out there. So it's not like every animated sequel that has come out hasn't been worth it, but I gotta admit that a lot of them either A, don't really live up to the original, or B, are simply cash grabs at the end of the day. And I'm not saying this one is or isn't because I haven't seen the movie, but the first Spirit is an okay movie. It didn't light my world on fire or anything, but it's not exactly terrible either. It was good for the family, it was good for kids, and that's what it was. I don't think anyone, after watching that Spirit movie, ever said, oh, we really need a Spirit sequel. I don't think anybody ever did, man. And I feel bad for a lot of these animated sequels, like the ones that Disney did or this one, because some of them may not have been bad movies. The problem is that they didn't really get a lot of fanfare. They were just put out there on home video in the marketplace, and if they did a little business, they did a little business. And it's kind of a shame, man, that they kind of get drowned out. It really does suck, but this happens a lot. It really does, man. I mean, I hope if the movie is good, it's going to be found by people over time. I'm hoping it will, man, because good movies, regardless of if it's animated or live action, will find an audience eventually if they're deserving to find an audience. But sometimes that's easier said than done, and a lot of studios just dump these animated sequels out to people without much fanfare or really any notice, and they just get drowned out by all of the noise. I mean, with the kids market so saturated and animated movies all over the place, it's easy to get lost in the shuffle. And just saying, this movie might be one of them. Whether it's good or bad doesn't matter. If you don't got much fanfare and not many eyes on it, it could still get lost in the pile. It really can, man. I mean, you have a few features here: deleted scenes, snack times, sing-along videos. I mean, stuff for kids, nice, but was anybody really asking for this movie? The spirit's good. Sometimes cash grabs are just cash grabs. You can have a cash grab like Peter Rabbit that's high profile, or you can have a cash grab like A Spirit Untamed, which could be good but didn't get any fanfare, and at the end of the day will just be forgotten. It's a shame, but it's an all too common tale. In the heights, in the heights, in the heights. These people, they missed out on an opportunity to have me in their goddamn film, man. Would have made a lot more money had they added me to the cast. That's how I'd sing my heart out. Lin-Manuel Miranda, you done fucked up, bro. With the Blu-ray digital of In the Heights for $21.99, the 4K Blu-ray digital for $30.99, a little musical love, man. As I said earlier, I am a musical fan. I do love a good musical. I said I was an old school musical lover, but that's not entirely true. I do like some of the new stuff as well. I like a mixture of the old and the new, man, really coming together. I think at the end of the day, it just depends on how well it's done. I mean, truly, at the end of the day, that's what matters the most about it. I mean, there's a lot of really great old school ones, and there's a lot of really bad old school ones. There's a lot of really great new school, and then not so hot. I mean, I'm a fan of a lot of ones. I mean, Sound of Music is amazing. Hello, Dolly. Yentl. Of course, I have to say Yentl. Oh, my God. Of course, Fiddler on the Roof. Well, if I didn't say Fiddler on the Roof, I'd be a really bad Jew, guys. So I had to say that. I mean, West Side Story, amazing. In fact, I kind of wonder how they're going to do West Side Story, a new one, and make it half as good as the old school one. I don't understand how they're going to do that, man, but whatever. Good luck to them, man. I mean, that one I really loved. I mean, I love Rocky Horror Picture Show. Rocky Horror Picture Show is amazing, man. One of my favorites of all time. I love that. Of course, Grease is amazing. Grease 2 is vastly underrated. I'm sorry. I know there's haters of Grease 2, but I happen to really think it's fucking awesome, man. I mean, Chicago is really good as well. I really enjoy that one. Yeah, there are certain ones out there that I've really enjoyed, but then again, you have some other crap, like Cats. Anybody? Yeah, the less said about the Cats is movies much better. Let's just skip that, guys. But yes, there is some clunkers every now and again. There really is. I mean, I love a movie like Moulin Rouge, which is really great. I mean, there is a lot of really great gems out there. There really is, man, truly. And I think In the Heights really does need to be included in the conversation. I really do, man. I think it's really phenomenal. I think it's up there with a lot of the old school classics and the new school ones. I think it's probably one of the best ones to come out. I mean, Lin-Manuel Miranda knows a thing or two by doing Hamilton, which has been incredibly popular. And I think with the music and the songs and the timely story, I think it all came together beautifully. It's tough to say whether In the Heights is ever going to become classic status, right? Because classic status isn't really determined by you or me. It's not really determined. It's determined by time, and whether time looks kindly on this film or whether time decides that, well, it doesn't really hold up all that well. I think it's going to actually hold up. I'm going to take a wild bet and say it is, man. I mean, you look at a movie like Rocky Horror Picture Show, right? You take a look at that movie and you say, God, that was like 1975, somewhere around there. Anything like it has stood the test of time because of social issues that has really brought it to the forefront, and also the fact that the fans made it what it is. You had the midnight shows, you had the notoriety, and it gained, and more people found it. I think word of mouth is a big key when it comes to musicals, and it's one of those movies that I think you really have to embrace. Not everybody embraces musicals. It's not the most embraced genre of all time. If you love it, you really love it. But there's a lot of people that don't go out of their way to watch musicals. But I'm telling you, if you really want a really great time watching a movie and have a feel-good experience, man, musicals can do some of the best jobs at that. They really can, man. And this one does it in spades. Not only is it perfectly well done, but it's perfectly directed by John Chu, who is really amazing here. I mean, he directed Crazy Rich Asians. He knows how to do a timely tale, make it comedic, make it fun and adventurous, but yet make it dramatic and you care about the characters. This movie has everything of those in spades. It really does. And because the music is infectious, the soundtrack it's going to stick in your head. There's certain elements that need to work for a musical, and this one has them all down pat. There's a little bit of problems here and there, but what musical doesn't? At the end of the day, I really do think that this one is gonna really be a winner. About 10 to 20 years from now, I really do think we're gonna continue to still talk about In the Heights, because honestly, it's just that damn good. Serious, man, it really is. I mean, you got some decent special features here. I mean, some documentaries, musical moments. I mean, you got a few things here, but honestly, it's a movie that has to be experienced. And there's certain musicals out there that you can't hear about. You just have to experience for yourself. And I do believe that there is certain ones out there like that, like a Rocky Horror that you need to experience, or a Moulin Rouge, or a Chicago, or, a West Side Story. And Fiddler on the Roof. I had to. My mother was going to kill me if I didn't, guys. But there's certain ones that really need to be embraced, that are way better than just the common stereotype of, the typical everyday musical. This bucks that trend, and it's so much better. And people really need to find this movie, man. Way better. And people definitely need to give it the love it truly deserves. And as far as the possibility of any other new releases this week, yeah, nah. I'm serious, man. They have no other new releases at all. I mean, just a lot of the older stuff that we've seen time and time again. They do have a spot, though, for Season 6 of Fear the Walking Dead, but nowhere to be found. Season 10, Walking Dead, but not Fear the Walking Dead. Damn shame. They don't have that, and no indie love this week pretty much either. Kind of a week for physical media, and not a fantastic week for Best Buy. Could be better. Well, better luck next time. Let's head out. Yes, the highs and lows of a physical media week. Indeed, guys. I mean, it's not the worst that we've ever seen here, but it's certainly not the best either, to be fair. I mean, when it comes to physical media, we have had the highs of highs and we've had the lows of lows. And this week is kind of in between. Some stores have nothing, other stores have a fair amount, and other places like The Beast, well, not as much as I would have hoped, guys. I mean, then again, this month has been a little bit less than stellar. However, there can always be a turnaround, and Best Buy has proved, like many of the stores have proved, that physical media can still reign supreme when possible. Let's hope that happens again sooner rather than later. The beast can still either remain the beast or the bitch. We'll see where it goes, guys. But I hope you enjoyed what we were able to see here, what little we were able to see. Not crazy amount of physical media, but then again, when it comes to in-store stuff, I'll take what I can get. I hope you will too, guys. At least for the time being, until more plentiful days come about. And hopefully that's sooner rather than later. How about we head home and finish the video? Alright, everybody. That'll do it for the Blu-ray and DVD out and about video this week. And man, talk about a really backwards ass experience, man. I mean, I'm serious, dude. I mean, I kind of figured where the first Walmart was going, and we saw a decent amount over at Target, and then the second Walmart had literally zippity doo-dah. Man, that was rough. And then, not a lot of stuff over at Best Buy, but considering the other places didn't have much, hell, Best Buy looked golden this week. I mean, seriously. Wow, man, that's kind of crazy, dude. I mean, mind you, honestly, August was a little bit of a rough spot when it comes to physical media. It wasn't exactly the most plentiful. We had moments where we saw some really cool stuff, but overall, thank God we're heading closer into the fall because there's a lot of great media coming out very, very soon. But this week, not so much, guys. Sorry, man. You know, I always tell you guys, doing the out and about is really an experience of just going into the unknown because you really don't know what to expect every single place. And man, videos like this really does prove it, man. Just because one week is plentiful doesn't mean it's gonna happen 2 weeks in a row. Sometimes you just get off weeks, and this one happens to be one of them. Regardless, there is good stuff out this week. I mean, hopefully you found something good. If you did, definitely let me know. As far as I'm concerned, well, God, I mean, the first thing I want to say right off the bat, and you guys know this, going to the post office, oh my God, how crazy was this, man? Look at this. This is nuts. Fatherhood, Life with Mikey, Cop, Scavenger Hunt, Baby, Secret of the Lost Legend, Another Stakeout, The Hotspot, and Career Opportunities. My God, this is amazing. Tommy, thank you. Beyond words, man. This is phenomenal. Some stuff that is things I haven't seen for ages. Other things I'm just dying to check out. This is amazing of a haul from the post office, man. I saw what you paid for this, man, and it is absolutely insane. You did not have to do this. I always tell you guys it's not expected, but it's definitely appreciated, and this is amazing, man. So thank you. Seriously, thank you, man. Beyond words, this is amazing. It truly, honestly is, man. Man, this is quite the haul. Amazing stuff, man. It really is. Anything you guys send me in the P.O. Box is absolutely amazing. Anyways, this is like the cherry on top, man. It really is, dude. Whew, amazing, man. Thank you. Thank you. Bottom of my heart, man. Thank you. Thank you beyond words so much, dude. Honestly. Thank you. Okay, this is cool, man. It's gonna take me a while to put it in the collection, but it is cool, man. That's amazing. Onto the stuff I also got outside of the amazing post office haul. And I picked up few things here. The first thing I ended up getting, I actually got through Amazon, and it's a movie that I've been wanting for a really long time. And it's just one that I've always put to the side over and over and over again. And I just decided, God, you know, I'm just waiting to pull the trigger at this point. Let's just pull the trigger. Why not, man? And that is none other than Last Shift. Look at that, man. That's cool. All hail the king. Oh, hell. Oh, look at that, man. Wow. I remember seeing this on Netflix years ago. And I remember loving the movie. I'm like, this is really fucked up imagery. Almost like stuff you'd see out of like Silent Hill or some shit. Really bizarre about this rookie police officer who's manning this station waiting for people to come there during the night. And she's seeing this weird imagery, and are these like people that are trying to invade the station? Is this like a portal to hell? Like, what the fuck is going on here? It is an amazing, great supernatural thriller. It's got great claustrophobia, great nightmare imagery. absolutely fantastic of a movie, man. And ever since I saw it on Netflix, I'm like, man, one day I'm gonna own that. And I've been holding back constantly over and over and over again. And I know you guys know exactly what I'm talking about. There's certain movies out there that you're like, oh, hey, I really want to own this. And then a whole shitload of other movies come out that you want to own, and you just keep putting it in the back burner constantly. And I'm like, you know what? No longer on the back burner. I'm going to get this sucker. So I'm really glad that I did. Finally in the collection. God knows I've been wanting it for years. Better late than never. Put it that way, guys. Great fucking movie, man. Love that flick. The next I ended up getting through Orbit DVD, and some more Scream Factory love. Oh, yes, indeed, with The Borrower. Look at that. Cool. Don't lend him anything you can't afford to lose. Oh, now, when Scream Factory announced this title, I was like, huh, what is this one about? It kind of looks intriguing to me. I had never heard of the movie, to be fair. It's actually directed by John McNaughton, who directed Henry Portrait of a Serial Killer. And I'm like, oh my god, that guy? Okay, I love Henry Portrait of a Serial Killer. Man, that movie's fucked up. But I love that movie. So I'm like, okay, what is this about? And it's basically, from what I'm reading, about this sort of alien killer who's sentenced to live the rest of his life on Earth after committing crimes, and basically he just like carnages of murder throughout the city, and these people are trying to solve the crimes. It's a weird movie of like this alien sent to Earth without him really wanting to be, but since he's here, well, fuck, he might as have a little bit of fun. And so he starts killing people. I don't know what to expect with this movie, man. I really don't. It looks weird, kind of quirky, with some cool kills in it. John McNaughton's directing it. I love Henry. I'm gonna give it a chance. If you guys seen it, definitely let me know. I think it looks pretty cool, man. I'm gonna give it a chance. I love Scream Factory, so why not? Why not do a little Blind by Love? Maybe. We'll see how it is. Got that. I also picked up through Orbit DVD as well, and this one, oh man, I remember Scream Factory putting it out, but I never really got it, even though I wanted to. And when they had more copies, then I'm like, wow, man, I gotta get this. I remember, man, this movie's wild, and that is The Manitou. Oh, look at this, man. That's a great goddamn cover, dude. Oh man, what a wild and crazy movie this is, man. God, I remember years ago watching The Manitou, and it was kind of one of those movies where people had sort of recommended it to me. They're like, well, if you've watched these horror movies, you might like Manitou. And so I was watching the movie, and I'm like, damn. I'm like, okay, this is really bizarre. This sort of uh, fetus growing, and it's sort of this weird, yes, a Native American demon. Yeah, I was going to say this Native American entity, but it is sort of this sort of demonic entity that is growing inside her body, and it's like the shaman teams up with the wife's husband to try to get rid of the demonic baby. Oh my god, man, this is a weird movie, man. Dude, it's hard to describe after watching the movie. You're like, I kind of like the movie. It's really fucked up. Kind of doesn't make any sense. Shit, I'm going with it. It's one of those movies, man. I do really like The Manitou. I remember liking it, at least. And, you know, when they announced it from Scream Factory, I was like, oh my god, really? The Manitou? I was like, okay. And I did want it, and I kept on passing by it, and I was just randomly on Orbit DVD, and they had it, and I was like, okay. Well, as good a time as any. So I figured, what the hell, man? I'll pick up The Manitou. What a wild movie, man. I can't quite say it's a really great movie. I can't quite say it makes a hell of a lot of sense. But man, it's kind of weird and messed up. And you got to appreciate it at least that they had the balls to do that, man. And what a crazy, weird film this is, man. That is crazy. That is for damn sure, man. Picked up the Manitou. I also, last but certainly not least, this is one that I've been wanting for a little while now. And I'm so glad I finally got it, and that is none other than Cockneys vs. Zombies. Oh, look at that. This city ain't big enough for the both of them. Oh, great, man. Now, there's a lot of back catalog of Scream Factory that I never got that I'm trying to go back and find now. And Cockneys vs. Zombies is one of them. And they actually had it for a really low price on Amazon. And I was going to pull the trigger on Amazon. However, I remember this movie came with a slipcover. And I'm thinking to myself, like, well, if I order through Amazon, either one of two things is going to happen. Either one, it doesn't come with the slipcover. Okay, and usually that happens with Amazon. Or two, it does come with the slipcover. And the slipcover is so messed up and fucked up that why would I even want to keep the slipcover? And then I would ask for a return, and then they'd send me another messed up slipcover, and this is the whole Amazon deal. So I'm like, I don't know if I want to do that. I looked on the other places, other boutique label sites, yeah, not at all. So I went on eBay, and I searched on eBay for it, and somebody gave me a really great price for this with the slipcover. I was kind of concerned because it was used, but honestly, looking at it, it came in really great condition, man. Really fantastic condition. Whoever kept this slipcover, man, kept it in pristine goddamn condition, man. It is amazing. He also, actually, the seller that I got it through eBay, also had like a little wrap on it, actually. Yeah. It had like a little wrap that actually protects the whole slipcover and contents, which is kind of cool, actually. I've never seen these before. I don't know if there's a certain brand out there that I can buy that is kind of maybe cool to put on all of the covers. Maybe. I don't know, to protect the slip covers more. Who knows, man? I mean, it came in great condition, so it was kind of cool that it came with this, man. Really well protected, so I really appreciate that, man. So, hey, I got a used copy of Cockneys vs. Zombies with a perfect condition slipcover on eBay for a really solid price. Honestly, considering a lot of Scream Factory titles nowadays on eBay are ridiculous in price, hey, I'll take it, man. That's for damn sure, dude. So, not bad. Man, I just love the movie, dude. I mean, old geriatrics versus zombies. Like, that is so cool, man. It's a great premise. I love zombie movies. And, you gotta love old people. We're all eventually gonna be old. I mean, come on, man. So I do really love it. I love the jokes and the hilarity and the cool zombie effects and everything. It's a really solid zombie movie, man. I can't say all the newer age zombie films are cool, but there is a few exceptions, and Cockneys vs. Zombies is one of them. So I'm damn glad to finally get that, man. But my God, man, this is an amazing, amazing haul this week. On top of the 4 that I had gotten through the mail. Oh, also getting all of this great Kino Lorber love as well. Oh my God, guys, I'm not gonna lie. Yeah, it might be a little bit lighter of a physical media week, but as far as I'm concerned, wasn't light for me. And before I let you guys go, I want to talk about an article that I read a few days ago that it kind of proves my point about the power of physical media just a little bit more. Let's dive in with a Newsweek article about how Comedy Central caved to cancel culture, removes episode from The Office lineup. Let's dig in. NBC's long-running show The Office is the latest comedy series to join the list of those who become casualties of cancel culture. That's as viewers familiar with one of the favorite American mockumentaries watching a recent Sunday marathon on Comedy Central noticed that the show's Diversity Day episode was omitted from the rotation. They go on to say that this is a not uncommon thing, especially for a Comedy Central. That it follows previous content taken out of viewing lineups, including episodes from Comedy Central's South Park and NBC's Seinfeld. Now, it was in June of 2020 that HBO Max acquired South Park, except for the 5 most controversial episodes depicting religious figures, including the Prophet Muhammad. Those episodes are unavailable, including Super Best Friends from Season 5, Cartoon Wars Part 1 and 2 from Season 10, 200 from Season 14, and 201 from Season 14. Previously, they were unavailable to stream on services like Netflix, Hulu, Amazon Prime, and Comedy Central, iTunes, and South Park Studios. That's kind of interesting. Of course, those were taken out as well. However, NBC also pulled Seinfeld's The Puerto Rican Day from syndication, despite it being the show's second highest rated episode of all time with 38.8 million viewers. The episode finds that Seinfeld gang is stuck in a traffic jam during New York City's annual Puerto Rican Day episode. Now, the controversy did arise over the scene in which the character of Cosmo Kramer accidentally burns and then stomps on the Puerto Rican flag. So they took that off way back as well. So that's an interesting one, too. So not only did they take off The Office episode, they took off Comedy Central stuff like South Park and a episode of Seinfeld from way back in the day. Okay. Now, outside of comedic content, Disney Plus in October of 2020, if you guys remember, dropped several of its classics featuring stereotypical character portrayals from their kids' profile. The move meant that children under 7 could no longer watch titles like Dumbo, Peter Pan, Swiss Family Robinson, and The Aristocrats. Now, Disney's rationale behind the removals was that this younger audience might not be of reading age to understand advisories noting negative depictions of people or their cultures. Okay, but isn't that why you have the parents there? Just saying. Ay, man. Now, the removal of that content has occurred while classic Looney Tunes characters like Pepe Le Pew and Speedy Gonzales have been canceled and even recreated due to shifting public attitudes. So there's a lot of cancel culture going on, man. Oh boy. Now, meanwhile, Twitter was aghast last week with comments from disappointed fans regarding the Diversity Day deletion. Of course, they went on to talk about how this cancellation is wrong and how there's literally hashtags now of buy the box set. Oh, yes! Buying physical media? Of course I approve. Why wouldn't I approve of that, man? I mean, it has really ended up getting really insane and really crazy, man. And it goes on here, too. Now, that's while British actor John Cleese announced last week he's taking on the topic of cancel culture in the forthcoming TV documentary series Cancel Me. In it, the star of Monty Python will meet various people who have been canceled because of their actions or statements, along with activists who have led opposition to certain public figures. Cleese himself has seen an episode of his own Faulty Towers canceled for a scene in which racist language was used in an anecdote about the West Indies cricket team. Apparently that got a little bit under people's skin as well. I mean, it goes on here. It talks about other stuff about canceling certain episodes and how things have gotten a little bit over dramatized. It goes on about all that stuff, guys. But you get the gist. You do indeed, guys. But it goes to a bigger issue, right? And that is that we are changing as a society. Now, changing as a society is not a bad thing. I mean, you either change with the times or you're going to die with the past. And I like the fact that we are learning from things in the past and we are trying to improve ourselves. I appreciate that. Don't get me wrong on that. However, is it really fair to penalize shows and movies that were made back in the day when it was acceptable for that time? Do we really have to penalize those at that point? Why do we have to do that, man? I mean, yes, you look at shows like The Jeffersons or All in the Family, and you look at a lot of that old school stuff. And I'm not gonna lie, guys, that stuff would never fly to today. There is no way in hell any of that stuff would ever literally happen. No one in their right mind would ever make any of that stuff. Does that mean that stuff is terrible? No, not at all. It doesn't mean that it's terrible or it's bad. There's a lot of times that it's still really funny. My mother loves All in the Family. My mother loves that stuff. She laughs at some of those older episodes that she still finds on TV. Does that make my mother a bad person because she still laughs at stuff from All in the Family? No. She just prefers that comedy. It's not necessarily making you a bad person because you like that stuff or that it was made during that time. People still found enjoyment out of it. It doesn't mean that they're a racist or that they're a terrible a person that needs to be canceled because of that. And honestly, it's sad that this is even happening to The Office because that episode is not meant to be taken seriously. It's supposed to be a play on the idea of these companies doing this sort of type of training when it's really just a joke and they're just trying to skewer it a little bit. It's not meant to be taken in a serious way at all. I mean, look, I've been a part of some companies doing diversity training, and what you see in The Office, yes, maybe goes a little overboard, but honestly, they ain't that far off, man. And I'm just being real about that. So, you're skewering an episode that's just meant to be fun and satirizing the concept, and people got upset by that. What are we living in now, man? I'm serious. Now, look, I'm all about sensitivity and I'm all about understanding, and I get all that stuff, guys. But at a certain point, how far are we willing to take this? I've talked about the Disney stuff before, and now we're taking away episodes from Seinfeld. And I mean, think about like this for a second, like the idea of the soup Nazi. I mean, do you think seriously if they took away Puerto Rican Day, how much longer is it going to be until they take that away? I mean, look, I'm Jewish. Okay, if anybody should be upset about the idea of you know a Nazi thing, it would be me. And I'm not offended by it. I know that Seinfeld took it as a joke, and the soup Nazi stuff is not meant to be taken seriously. But I know people are going to be upset by that. I know they are. And I have so many movies in the collection, guys. I have a ton of movies in the collection that would never fly today. Never in a million years. There is literally high school students who are watching American Pie and are getting offended by American Pie because American Pie is not representative of high school. And I'm like, okay, maybe it's not representative of high school now, maybe, I don't know. But it was representative of it back in the day. I know, because I fucking lived it. Okay? I know that it was, man. And there's a lot of movies out there nowadays that just would not fly in today's culture. A lot of TV shows and movies that are just literally would never be made. But that is the power of physical media, guys. Think about this for a second, because okay, you can't watch it on the streaming platforms, right? Because they don't want you to watch them on the streaming platforms. They've already caved into cancel culture. Well, you can't watch them on cable networks. Okay, they've caved into cancel culture. Where can you watch them? Oh, yes, you can watch them on physical media, because a lot of the physical media now still has a lot of those episodes, still has all the stuff out there that has been censored or removed or basically left for dead and forgotten. Physical media is still the only platform at this moment, still the only format that you can be able to watch all that stuff and know that no one is going to take that away from you. And that is very important. You know, we're living in a time now of a lot of things getting censored and a lot of insensitive content that we've deemed insensitive in today's times. And look, as I said earlier, I understand that. I have an understanding for these things, and I get where people are coming from to a certain degree. Okay, fair enough. But again, you know, we can learn from the past, but do we technically have to penalize it in today's society? It's this is such a hotly divided debate. It really honestly is. And there really is no right or wrong answer, because you get one side that says one thing and you get the other side that says another thing, and technically neither of them are wrong in one way or another. They both have their valid points. Okay, they honestly do. But if certain people like these episodes, if certain people like these movies out there that is not accepted by everyone else, just let those people watch what they want to watch. It's not harming you, it's not harming the world out there. It's something that they love and they cherish, and let them watch what they want to watch, man. I mean, there's a lot of stuff that I have in the collection that would honestly offend a lot of people, man. It honestly would. And at a certain point, I get it, I understand it, but I want to watch those things because I remember them as a nostalgia back in the day of me watching stuff when I was a kid. And I don't want to lose that. And again, we're dealing with censorship on these streaming platforms. We're dealing with it on these cable networks. But again, if you want to buy the actual episodes, if you want to have them at your disposal anytime you want, where no one is going to cancel your preferred way of watching these, then you have to buy physical media. You know, physical media has taken a beating for so long by so many people, and everybody says that streaming is the next great wave of the world. And I understand that they're not wrong, but if you want to look at the preservation of cinema, the preservation of keeping these movies and these TV shows alive that will be forgotten by time, physical media is really the only option that you have. And I am so glad to own a lot of the stuff that I own, because at a certain point, I know that these are not going to be available anymore. I mean, think about this for a second, guys. Disney owns 20th Century Fox. There's a lot of movies within the 20th Century Fox library that Disney is just going to bury. They're going to bury because it's just not PC anymore. It's just not. And so, what happens to them? They're just going to be forgotten. Disney's just going to throw them in a vault and they're gone away with. But I have them in my collection. I can watch them when I want. That's the advantage of physical media, guys. That's the advantage of keeping physical media alive, is having a format that's going to preserve the original intent, the original creator's choices. Unfortunately, now we're slowly losing that. And I agree with certain things that cancel culture does. I'm not against it. But at the same time, we really have to ask ourselves, how far are we willing to take this? How far are we willing to go until we're censoring every little minutia and detail? You know, my mother and father could never shield me away from everything in the world. It's just impossible. And I experienced things that maybe I shouldn't have experienced at a young age. But I learned from that stuff. And my parents taught me the right way and let me understand the world. And if I watched something I wasn't supposed to, they came to me and they said, "Seth, this is a show. This is a movie. These are actors. They're playing a role. They're playing a part." And they taught me the right way. I think it's up to all of us to be responsible for the decisions that we make and our children make. And we have to teach them the right way. That doesn't mean you have to censor stuff. It just means that you have to be responsible on how you end up interpreting this content. Easier said than done, but we just want to cancel the stuff. And again, if that continues to happen, and I see no reason why it's going to stop at this point, honestly, your best bet is physical media, guys, because that's really the only avenue that we have at this point, is physical media. When network cable stations are doing it and streaming platforms are not getting rid of it anytime soon, really your best bet is to hashtag buy the box set, because physical media really is just that important, guys. It really is that important to keep the vision of these creators alive and keep movies and shows out there that, if not for physical media, would literally be forgotten. Remember that. Next time you're at a store, next time you're looking online through Amazon or, Diabolic DVD, or you name it, a lot of these sites, remember that certain movies out there and TV shows in today's society, they do have a shelf life. And if you really want to go past that shelf life, physical media is really the only option we got. Sad, but very true, man. Cancel culture is not going away. I hope that cancel culture can learn from itself and learn the do's and don'ts and try to be better than this. But if not, you know where to go. Indeed you do. I'm kind of curious as to what you guys think about this. Definitely let me know, man. But I hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, definitely give it the thumbs up. And if you're new to the channel, welcome. Check out the other Blu-ray, DVD, out and about videos I do. Movie reviews with my friends. Movie hunting like Dollar Tree hunts, live streams, Blu-ray pickup videos, and much, much more. If you are a lover of movies and physical media, hit subscribe and become part of the Film Fan Nation. I want to thank my amazing, wonderful subscribers out there. You guys are absolutely phenomenal. I always say that I have some of the best subscribers on the internet, and I really do, man. You guys are phenomenal. The great comments, the feedback, watching all of the video, man, I love seeing all the love that you give me, and hopefully I give the love right back to you. If you want to send any movie-related goodness to the channel, physical media, care packages, posters, you name it, you can. The P.O. box is in the description below. It is not expected, but it is appreciated, and you guys have went out of your way to send some really amazing things to me, like this week, which was phenomenal. So if you want to send stuff my way, you definitely can. It is in the description below. Also, keep up to date with everything I'm doing through special pictures and videos that I do through social media, Twitter, Instagram, and Facebook. Film Fan 108, keep up to date with everything I'm doing there. Oh, well, guys, this has been quite the interesting out and about. Some good, some bad, but definitely adventurous. Let's hope for more interesting stuff as we head into the fall. But I will see you back next week for a brand new Blu-ray and DVD out and about video. Take care, everybody, and remember, happy hunting.